Hi, I'm Torben, and today we are going to be turning. I'm going to introduce to you our lathe, the Laguna CL1200. This is a lathe that we have especially designed for the custom woodworker. It will basically take on any turning job that a custom woodworking shop or even a small production turning shop runs into. We also have a need for this for short runs in bigger turning shops. It is a spindle lathe. It will turn 46 inches between centers. We can order the lathe longer if you need a longer turning. It is also an indexing lathe. It is a very great copy lathe with one pass copying capacity, and it's also a bowl lathe. So basically anything you want to turn, it can do it. Here you can see I have two identical machines sitting up here. The only reason for this machine is that it's almost complete here, but we have it available also with electronically variable speed. And that is a nice feature, especially if you're going to be using it for bowl turning, because when you put a big piece of wood up here, you want to start it up slowly. Maybe it is not quite balanced, and then you want to be sure that you're not turning it on and it starts dancing on the floor. So this one, we just start like this, choose the direction here, start it, and then with this little dial here, we can decide how fast we want it to go. Very simple. Then we can stop it either there or turn it off right here. But before I get started on doing a little bit of demonstration on the lathe, I'm going to talk to you about how it is constructed. The headstock is made out of steel. Inside of the headstock we have a 1.5 horsepower motor, 220 volt single phase. And this machine here, as I said before, has 4 speeds. You change the speed by selecting a different pulley, and I will show you that a little later. Also back here, the back leg here is also made out of steel. But here's the kind of the hard and the interesting part of this lathe, and that is the bed. This is made of solid steel, center ground. You can see it's highly polished and very accurate. And the reason for that is that the copier can run really good on this. This is the same kind of steel that you will see in hydraulic pistons, like for instance earth moving equipment. It's very straight, it's very precise stuff. Then we have the copier here. It is riding on composite bearings for absolutely minimum amount of vibration possible between the bearing and the solid steel rod. Both the copy attachment that goes, I'll just loosen it a little bit here, goes back and forth like this. That's cast iron, and the whole housing in here is also cast iron. And there's some rubber gaskets here that wipe off the dust, so these rods are kept completely dust-free. A little bit later, it's a little bit difficult to see on a videotape, but inside of here, the piece that anchors these rods onto the headstock, that's also a gigantic piece of casting. It's very impressive. And again, the same thing down in this end, the piece that attaches the steel rods onto the leg system here is also a cast iron piece. The tailstock here is made out of steel. Now let me show you how it looks like inside of the door here and how we change the speeds. This is what the lathe looks like on the back side here. There's a door with vents to ventilate the motor. And when we open the door, there's a little micro switch down at the bottom, and with the door in open position, the machine cannot turn on. Of course, a safety feature. And here you can see, if you have the machine with the 4-step pulleys, that it has 600 RPM, 1200, 2400, and 3400. To change the speed, you simply do this with this lever handle, put the pulley on the different speed. Now here, this is the second slowest, so that will be 1200, and simply just go back and tighten it up just like that, and now we have selected another speed. Very easy. This is what I told you about before, this very heavy casting that mounts the two solid steel rails onto the body of the machine. Here you can see the steel rails coming through, nicely finished off, a beautiful heavy casting. No wonder this machine weighs 800 pounds. It's certainly very heavy, and wood turners know that actually the heavier the better, because you don't want to be buying a dancing partner. That's it for this side of the machine.